Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. In this video, we are going to look at array in C programming. First of all, these are the lesson outcome. But for this video, we're going to look at the first outcome, which is by the end of this video, you should be able to understand the concept of array and be able to use it to minimize the complexity of a program. All right. So we have learned what is a variable, and we've learned that a variable can only hold one data. So how can we save multiple data in C? For example, let's say if a teacher wants to store his or her students' mark, or if you want to store data such as the weight of 30 people and so on. So if we use variables, let's say we have 30 data, so we need to create 30 different variables to store each data. Okay, so the solution to this is that instead of using 30 variables, we can simply use an array. So the next question is, what is an array? Okay, an array is a special variable that can store multiple values in one variable. Okay, the values that we hold in an array must be of the same type. Let's say I created an array with type integer that can hold 30 values. So all the values inside that array must be integers. Okay, and you can imagine arrays like mailboxes in an apartment building, where each box has different number or address as reference. Now there are three different types of array. The first one is a single array, which is shown here, okay, where it stores data in one, let's say we can imagine it as in one row or one column. And we can also have a multidimensional array where data are arranged in sets of rows and columns. Okay, so and there's another types of array which we call string array, which is actually an array of in the form of with typed character, and we use this to save string. For example, the word hello can be stored in a single array with type character. Okay, now moving on. Now, how do we declare an array in C programming? Okay, we first need to specify its type of array. For example, shown here, type char for character. And then we give the name for the array and we specify the size of that array. Okay, shown here are three examples. The first one is an array. We name the array as ch and we set the size as 10. So that means it can store up to 10 characters. So it's a type char, type character, and it can store up to 10 characters. For example, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. And the second type, second example of array is the type integer, and the name we call it matrix 1. And if you look at here, instead of just one array size, it has two array sizes. Okay, inside here with a square bracket like this is the size of the array. Here it has 2 and 3, so that means it has 2 rows and 3 columns of data. Okay, and the last one is an array. We name it as weight, and it has it's from float type. That it can store float type of data, and it can store up to 20 data, and it's a single array. So whenever we want to use, for example, this array, CH array ni, we can only store a character type of data inside it. And while for this matrix one, we can only store integer type of character, integer type of data inside it. And for this one, this weight, we can only store float type of data inside this array.